about notes. It's about notes. It's about our mindset with notes. So one of the most beautiful things that we have with notes is the fact that we can curate our feed. So anything we don't want to see, we can mute. We can block anyone, and that will teach the algorithm exactly what we want to see for the future. So I love doing that. So that's like the first step with notes. So teach the algorithm what you want to see. Like the things you like, mute the things you don't. Do it for 2 weeks, and then you'll have a beautiful notes feed. Then our nervous systems feel super safe to be like, oh, hi everyone, come and sit with me. I've got the kettle on. I've got some notebooks. I'd love to tell you about my favorite stories. I'd love to tell you about my writing process. I'd love to tell you where I live. It feels cozier. And from that place, we are less standing at the monument with a microphone and more inviting people to come on in and cozy in and kind of connect with us on notes. So that's what I really wanted to just offer you today as we're looking at notes engagement, as we're thinking about what do we want to put out there. It's all about our cozy, friendly corner of the cafe. If you went to a Substack writers meetup in real life, which I've been multiple times, and they're fabulous, you would feel that. But it's like replicating that online and helping yourself feel safe that you can have a voice. For sure, you can experiment on there because everybody that sees your notes is supportive of you. Anyone that isn't bothered about what you're talking about will just be either thinking about themselves or scrolling past. So you've got a completely blank slate and a safe space to be able to experiment, and really work on that mindset of everybody is here for me. I'm here for everyone. The odd person might one day wander into your cozy cafe space and you're not for them, and that's fine. And it does happen to me, but it doesn't have to happen often. So algorithmic based feeds are so interesting because we see stuff that triggers us until we don't, until we curate them. So anything that feels triggering or anything that you don't want to see, curate it out of your space and then get those cozy cafe vibes so that you feel safe to say, oh, hey, come sit with us. I've got something I want to talk to you about. Or, hey, I want to tell you about my Substack. Or, hey, I want to tell you about my book. So it's all of that beautiful space of using the language that translates across social media and into somebody's room and like really reaches them, especially because you guys are all heart-centered like I am. So you want to really reach them. You want to really connect to them. Sometimes I speak things out before I write them because we want to come to it from that place rather than okay, this worked as a note and I'm going to try and replicate it. You can do that experimental stuff too, but I think when we're trying to build confidence with it all and we're trying to show up regularly, I think that's what to do. I post on notes pretty much every day because it's like, why not? Why not? I don't mind thinking of something to write. I quite often post something from the archive. I'll repost stuff. I'll quite often have an original idea that I want to type out, but you absolutely don't have to do that. I just like to do that. And I also, because I'm about joyful, sustainable growth and notes is one of the best places to grow, that really helps too. Well, Sarah's here and Abigail's here as well. Yeah, advice for life, Sarah's saying, mute what you don't want, embrace what you do. Definitely. And, this is why I go on the art and design feed and I just like a load of stuff every now and again because I love to see art in my feed. I really, really love to see art in my feed. I love to see sophisticated, nuanced thinking. I don't like to see stuff that's bossy. I don't like to see aggressive growth stuff. It makes me feel less. I don't like to see stuff that makes me feel like I'm not intelligent enough. So I just mute that stuff. I like things that stretch my idea of what the writerly life can be. So anything like that, when people are talking about multiple income streams or people are talking about self-publishing or people are talking about, what they're doing here on Substack, I love all that stuff. Like it's one of my passions. So because we can decide where we spend our time, I do these notes engagement threads once a month, but I seem to feel like every single month, I seem to feel like we have the same conversations. Like you guys are still a bit like, oh, I should be doing it, but I'm not doing it. And I guess I just really want to get you to a place where it just feels part of your creative practice and it just feels like a really cozy invitation to yourself. And you can add ritual to that, light a candle, write it out in your notebook first. Some of my favourites are people like Amy McNee. Now, Amy McNee has a journaling practice. She journals every day for like half an hour, 2 hours sometimes. And then obviously distills from that the art that she puts out in the world. So don't put pressure on yourself to just have something to say. Like sometimes it just takes a bit of time, doesn't it, to kind of work out, okay, what is it that I want to say? Um, so Abigail's saying it feels like a better version of Twitter and Insta stories combined. Yeah, and I think because we get engagement over a longer period. So I did a note about anxiety. I feel like it was like 2, 3 weeks ago, but people are still liking that. So the likes are still coming in. And I don't mind, that's really interesting to me that the algorithm is like kicking that out again. Or people are just discovering it. So it's not like Insta stories like you've got 24 hours to reach your audience. It genuinely will sort of kick the can along the road if people have liked it, if people have engaged. Genuine human emotion does well on notes. Anything that you see that you like, have a think about why you like it. Anything that you see that is going viral, have a think about whether you feel, what your response is to that. Like, do you feel like that should be going viral? Do you feel frustrated that that's going viral? Do you feel like, oh, I could have said that? Like, all of those thoughts are valid because allowing all of those thoughts to wash through is then going to get you into a better mindset to be like, oh, and why not me? Like, why wouldn't I write a viral note? Lots of you have written viral notes, like it's not like some sort of golden goose. It is just an interesting thing that is possible for us all online. I think for me, because I haven't written a viral note, I've got lots of theories as to why I haven't written a viral note, but I've always just focused on that sustainable, joyful growth, connection, supporting my colleagues, all of that sort of stuff. I definitely see times where my notes don't get much traction, and with 29,000 followers, 29,000 followers, Substack tell me that just seems insane that there wouldn't be any interaction or any likes, but it's true. And even some of the bigger Substackers, I sometimes see that they don't get much traction either. But I see it all as just a fun experiment. I think that it's a nice time this time of year. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow in America. It's a nice time to be spreading cheer, to be putting a gorgeous wintry photograph, to be putting a photo of you and talking about your writery life. There's so many things that we can do, and we've had so many things modeled, but just bring it back to self-expression. Make sure it's a nice place to open up. Like, don't have your nervous system triggered, because you can't create from a triggered nervous system place. So unless you're an activist, and like that's obviously a completely different thing, but just make sure that it feels cozy and it feels nice. If you feel more confident writing them all in a Google document before you post them, that's fine too. If you feel more confident extracting them from a longer article, do that. But if you restack your own work or if you share your own links, those notes never do as well as a fresh note. Never, never, never. So I've ever seen one. So if you have, then let me know. But I'm here for you. We've got our chat open for the next couple of days. So anything that springs to mind, let's make it a conversation. Let's keep talking to each other. Share anything that you have found that's gone viral. Like, share anything that you feel, because it is mindset work showing up on notes. Okay, loves. Well, have a lovely afternoon. Chat to you soon.